Some mixed reactions. It's Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. It's Ian, Casey, and Justin is on for the second part of the episode. He wasn't able to make the first, but before we get into the pick segment like we usually do in part two, we just want to jump into his thoughts because his Patriots just took a massive step by beating Houston this past Sunday. Take it away.
Um, yeah, amazing, um, solid win for the Patriots. I mean, everyone going into that game, I mean, every single ESPN Live, NFL Live analyst picked the Texans to beat the Patriots in that game. Famously, or I should say infamously, um, the Patriots didn't need to do a lot offensively because their defense just suffocated CJ Stroud. They made CJ Stroud look like Nathan Peterman in some points. It was awful for it was at least the first half because CJ Stroud kind of picked it back together in the second half, but that first half was probably one of, if not the worst ever performances by a quarterback, especially in the playoffs.
It certainly was. I wish you were here for the first segment because Ian and I dove into it, and I want you to watch it when it gets uploaded because
Well, of course,
I think you're going to disagree with Ian and I's takeaway from the game more than anything.
this was
And
the defense won the game. It wasn't the offense by any stretch.
see, Ian and I actually took it a step further and said New
CJ
England's
Stroud
defense.
lost the game.
They did.
Yeah,
He did.
New,
He did.
no, we're saying
Sorry,
New
Casey, what were you
England's
saying?
defense. No, you're fine. New England's defense really wasn't all that impressive. It was mainly C.J. Stroud being a blatantly bad quarterback
I
that
mean, I,
cost
I
them the
wouldn't
game.
say it wasn't like this was not the kind of performance like where the Patriots put on Justin Herbert and just killed him. No, no.
That interception to Marcus Jones was zero credit to New England's defense and 100% the fault of C.J. Stroud,
It was
and you know it.
it was the only thing I would, again. I agree. The only thing you can even argue is that Milton Williams got interior pressure and kind of ran, and C.D. Stroud's tight end tripped,
But
which
there's
gave
no,
Chase on.
if that's the case, but there's no reason to make that throw.
Oh, agreed. You don't make that throw. You throw it the fuck away.
Or you take the sack.
You eat the sack. Exactly.
And then, of course, the first interception was a great overthrow. The third one was a dramatic underthrow.
Mm-hmm.
Everything CJ Stroud did was bad.
It was awful for. I
It
mean,
didn't help they were missing Dalton Schultz either. I mean, they were dropping passes too.
He threw a pass so inaccurate, he got his backup tight end hurt when he was trying to catch it.
right?
Who, Hutchinson?
No, it wasn't
Oh,
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson was
It
must have
was
been the backup for him.
Stover. Stover.
Stover. It's Stover. Man, I
I
give
think he tore his
credit.
ACL doing that too.
I give credit to New England for winning the game, but I was not impressed with them at all,
It
offensively or defensively. I was
they
not
did.
impressed.
The only thing you can offensively hang your hat on is that Houston never let up three offensive touchdowns in the season, and then we go score three offensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
But again, the one offensive thing I would give the Patriots any real credit for doing anything really spectacular was Diggs's catch holding onto the ball and Booty's catch with the one-handed grab. Other than that, it was a pedestrian game.
Again, and this is one thing that I said to Ian as well, and I've said it to you in the chat too. I hate to tell you, dude, Drake May was bad again. For the Secretary playoff game, he was bad. He was not good. Three fumbles. He has a fumbling tendency now that is a real concern.
I think the problem is Will Campbell because he was getting eaten alive by Will Anderson. Absolutely eaten alive.
I understand that, but even if you're getting eaten alive, we've seen quarterbacks take multiple sacks and multiple hits without fumbling three
He,
times in a game.
I'm not giving him a pass on the fumbles. I'm just devil's advocate. Will Campbell was getting eaten alive all night long.
I hear you, and I said this part to Ian too, and I mean no disrespect by it, and I'd say the same thing to Sean. Whoever wins on Sunday between you and Denver
Doesn't
is
matter who
getting
wins.
slaughtered by the
I,
NFC.
I told, and I said this
Slaughtered.
in the chat. I said this in the chat too. I don't see either team beating either NFC team. The only team that I thought the Patriots or Broncos had a shot at was Chicago.
Because the Rams, obviously, we know how complete they are. And boy, oh boy, Seattle put a beat down on San Francisco.
That wasn't a beatdown. That was a murder.
Yeah, that was ugly from the jump.
That was a statement, is what that was.
Shaheed scored, and I hadn't even turned the game. I was just getting to the game. Like, it already 7-0.
Man. What were your thoughts on the Buffalo Denver game? Because we touched on that too. You're obviously Buffalo AFC East. So what were your thoughts on that game?
On that game, Josh Allen did everything he could to lose that game, and he did.
He also did everything. He had like the weirdest like 50-50 game I've ever seen because he also did everything he could to win the game too.
Right, but the couple of the most egregious things, the pre just before halftime
We were talking about that.
throwaway fumble.
That was almost as bad as the Stroud interception.
That was almost as bad as the butt fumble.
It was really bad.
That
It
was
was
almost
really
as bad as
bad.
the butt fumble because that really cost the game, literally.
Yeah.
Um, everyone's griping. Everyone in Buffalo's like griping. It was a catch. It was just
It
like that.
was.
No, no,
It was
it
a
wasn't.
catch.
He didn't. It was a catch, but he did not survive the play to call it a catch.
Then Devontae Adams wasn't a catch against Chicago, but they ruled that one a catch.
I'm not saying it again. I by the letter of the rule, it wasn't a catch. I would have called it a catch myself if I were the official. I would have. But by the letter of the rule, it's not. But again, for all you can say the shoulda, coulda, woulda in that game of it was a catch, and that would have potentially won the game for Buffalo at that point in time. So would the overthrow to Shakir. So would the wide open throw that Josh missed. I can't remember who he was throwing to. I
Dalton
think about
Kincaid, the
Jordan
touchdown at the
Right,
end of the fourth, right?
right. And then you turn the ball over 5 fucking times. What do you expect to happen?
Absolutely. What I said in the beginning of the show about that game is I feel so bad for both teams in this scenario because obviously on Buffalo's side, Sean McDermott gets fired. Again, we have to hear for a whole another year that Buffalo was just a play or two away, blah blah blah. The same shit we hear every year with Buffalo. And then on Denver's side, Bo Nix gets hurt. Like
Yeah.
I feel for both sides in this. It's such a bad outcome for both teams.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think the NFC Championship game is basically the Super Bowl now, just because I don't have confidence in either AFC team to beat the Rams or the Seahawks.
And that's fair. That's absolutely fair. I mean, what a way to get the wind knocked out of your sails when Sean Payton goes to the post game microphone and says, "Yeah, Bo Nix is done for the year. Sorry, guys."
Oh man, what I think we'll talk about it. Actually, we might as well get to the picks, so let's do it, and we'll just say what we think.
One more quick thing about Buffalo. Huge mistake promoting their general manager while firing McDermott. Absolute shit.
What did they promote him to? I've heard about it.
President of football operations.
Yeah. It's what the Celtics promoted Brad Stevens to after he got done being a head coach. Actually, before we get to the picks, I got one question for Justin. Because obviously you watched the Bears and the Rams game too, and I asked Ian this because I thought this too throughout the whole game, and Ian said he agreed. Do you attribute Caleb Williams' interceptions to being overly aggressive in that game?
I attribute it to hubris, his own overconfidence.
Yes, that's basically the same thing. So over aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think he was trying to. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being confident in your own abilities, but there's a point where it falls to your own detriment. And I think he teeters along on that line a little too much. Ben Johnson will get that out of him because I think
he has shown he can make any throw on the field, though. In my opinion, Caleb Williams is the best 2 throws of the year in back-to-back playoff games. First one against Green Bay, and then last weekend against the Rams.
That pass. Oh my God. But the sad part is no one's going to talk about these playoffs come next year and talk about that throw. No one's going to talk about that. Not one bit.
No, and that's sad because it needs to be talked. It was a fantastic throw that only a handful of quarterbacks, I think maybe in league history, could have made.
It's right up there with Aaron Rodgers heaved in the end zone against the Lions. the immaculate reception with Franco Harris. I
Yep.
mean,
Every time I see that one, it blows my mind. That ball just shot out there like a slingshot, and he just came
and
out of
he
nowhere.
he trailed back 20, 30 yards and just like fucking goes.
Dude,
And
I was telling Casey, like, because whatever stream you were watching was ahead of my Peacock,
Mhm.
and I see you're like, no fucking way. And it was like 15 seconds before, and I'm like, nah, there's no way. And they're like, I was like, okay, he's about to get sacked. And
Like,
then
oh
and like I
my,
was telling Casey, like, it was such a perfect ball. It's almost like the DBs were just like, by the time they realized, like, oh shit, that's a perfect pass, it was too late. Like, that was perfect.
the only thing I would, the biggest takeaway I would say of that sequence, and I know that the Rams had stopped Chicago on short yardage on fourth down, like every single play that in that game. I would have still gone for it. What have you
Yes.
got to lose?
Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. You had to go for it. And so I think my biggest couple takeaways from this particular weekend, I'll go over each team because Ian, we didn't do that. We didn't go biggest takeaways. So Buffalo, biggest takeaway. I agree with the idea of firing Sean McDermott. They need a new leader. They also need to go get a number one receiver. My biggest takeaway for Denver, rest up Bo Nix. We'll see you next year. Um, biggest takeaway from Seattle and San Fran, injuries derailed San Francisco season. Not saying they would have won that game, but it would have been a hell of a lot closer. And it's been confirmed Brandon Ayuk has played his last game in San Francisco, so we'll see what happens there. And obviously, Seattle showed why they're the number one seed. That was a big takeaway. My biggest takeaway from Houston and New England: every Ohio State quarterback is trash. That's my biggest takeaway from that game. And my biggest takeaway from Chicago, LA. In 2 years, I think this is going to be Caleb Williams' league.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, Chicago is destined to be is going to be in the MVP conversation next year. That would be my biggest takeaway.
Yeah,
If he's not the front
his
runner, he's going to be definitely top three.
his talent is unreal. If he can piece it all together and learn the position with his level of talent, it's going to be his league to run for a while.
Mm-hmm. Um, my big takeaway from Buffalo, Denver, you did everything you could to throw the game away, and you did.
Classic Chris Berman. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Kidding. And then Seahawks, Niners, just bang bang. There goes the Niner gang.
Yeah.
Um, Pats, Houston, surviving, move on.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Um,
Ian was talking about and I agree with him on this too. He said he doesn't think the Rams survived against the Bears, and I agree because you don't go on the road in a divisional round against the two seed and survive. The Rams won that game; they didn't survive that game.
Right, and especially with Caleb throwing that awful interception because him and DJ Moore were obviously not on the same page with that play.
I put that one on DJ Moore than I do Caleb.
DJ Moore dogged that run that route. I agree.
Yeah, even if you're not going to get to it as a reception, go play DB and try to smack it out. Like do something.
Right, he pulled up on that absolutely,
Yeah.
and obviously he wasn't hurt.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna give my takeaway. So Denver, obviously thinking about what happened to Bo Nix. Um, Buffalo, they're just cursed. San Francisco injuries, like I said, they get a mulligan because of everything that's going on. Seattle, they really state their case that they might be the favorite. New England, they're good, but they didn't really show me anything that I didn't already know. I mean, and then Houston, they got to find a better quarterback. My takeaway from Chicago is that they're for real. And they're going to be back. And then the Rams, we finally got a kicker.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's so true.
Thank God you needed one, man. That's so huge.
I will say one more quick thing before we get to the picks. In the Buffalo Denver game, that Prater kicked sent it to overtime. I was hoping he would go wide right just to piss off every Buffalo fan on the planet.
Oh
He
man, they can't handle another wide right kick. Come on.
how big Mevis, let me go ahead and just pull his thing up. He's 6 feet 245, bro.
Yeah,
He's the
Fucking tank.
he's the thicker kicker. That's what they call him.
yeah.
He's a beast, man. He's 100% on extra points, 92.3%. What is he like 11 of
11 of 13.
12 on like from like outside of 50? Like he's good. And that's one thing as the game was winding down on that last drive. And I was like, I'm so glad that like part of me was like, we're gonna really find out if we have a good kicker. But he was already, he's been money up to that point. By the time it came to the end of the game, I was like, all right, like I think we got this. And he nailed it too.
What
And
happened
Yeah,
with Puka in that game? Because Puka had a very, very non-Puka game.
yeah,
Targeted 10 times, only 5 catches, like 59 yards. He didn't really have a good game for him.
his standards now.
yeah, and go talking about Puka, I mean, yeah, he did get targeted 10 times, only 5 catches. It wasn't the cleanest win. I don't really have any doubt that he'll be back. I don't know what happened. I couldn't
Oh, I'm
explain
not
it to
saying
him.
he's got there's a problem. I'm just
Mhm.
that was uncharacteristic Puka performance.
But I do think that we're gonna have to get our tight ends involved, especially against Seattle. Seattle's a team. I mean, they're pretty well rounded. The only place I
Yes,
think
they are
we have the clear advantage is quarterback.
quarterback.
Right now, maybe running back because Charbonnet is now done for the year.
So they're gonna have what? Just Kenneth Walker?
Correct.
Which we know, like you said, Ian, we know they're going to get Raheem Shaheed involved in the run game too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I don't know, man. I'm worried about how we're gonna stop JSN. But also too, man, if we can create pressure, I mean, we've been great at creating pressure and creating turnovers. Like I said, we have multiple games this year where the same guy will have multiple different 2 interceptions, and then
Yeah,
obviously Durant got two, and we make timely plays. We don't beat ourselves. I mean, it really.
And that's the big thing. If you
that's
don't beat
huge.
yourself, then usually everything works out in the long
That's
run.
how the Patriots, I feel like, used to beat everybody. They would just wait for the other team to beat themselves, and the
That's
Patriots always
exactly
capitalized.
that's exactly what Belichick's mantra was. Make you wait. Basically, if you guys all saw Top Gun, the original Top Gun.
I haven't.
You uncultured swine. Um, but Iceman, who was Val Kilmer's role character, he said he'll just work with you, wait till you piss you off until you do something stupid that he burns you.
Yep.
That's what Belichick would do as a coach. He'd just peck at you, you bit into doing something stupid, and then he burns you on it. But
So
let's get into this.
on Sunday, fellas, the first game we have Drake May and the New England Patriots heading into Denver and Empower Field to take on Jarrett Stidham and the Denver Broncos. Ian, who you got?
Man, this is so fun to be doing this for the conference championship weekend. I got the Evil Empire going back to the Super Bowl. Give me the Patriots, a much more likable Patriots team. I don't know if they're going to get the shit kicked out of them by an NFC team. It's very likely, but you guys are back. So, congratulations. It's been rough, and
Well,
hopefully Drake
before
May gets beat badly enough in the Super Bowl where you don't to talk about him so
so
much, but New England goes to the Super Bowl.
I say this
Drop
out
the
of
confetti.
I say this out of respect for New England's franchise. I don't think one season should qualify them as back. I think you need to see it consistently for 2 or 3 years
They're in the
where they're
AFC Championship, though. I mean, I kind of
so
get
what?
you.
Washington was in the NFC Championship last year.
But what if they
Look where
win?
they are now. I if they win, still I wouldn't say it quite yet, just because they had a dynasty before. I'm not going to call a team back off one season when they had a previous dynasty.
That's
That's
fair.
disrespectful to the
Wait.
franchise.
None of us are Kevin Wild calling Dynasty over again. We're not doing this shit. I haven't.
That's why I'm not saying they're back, because in order for when you're a legendary franchise and you've had two separate dynasties in a 20-year span like the Patriots did, one winning season, one decent playoff run, to me doesn't qualify them as back.
If
That's fair.
they're in the divisional round or championship conference weekend next season with a first place schedule, then I will say they are completely back.
That I agree with. I will 100% concede to that point. However, okay, getting into my pick for this game, I also have New England. I don't think this is a Nick Foles scenario. I don't think Jared Stidham's going to have what it takes. I do think it's going to be a low scoring game because I have a lot of concerns about New England's offense, the way that it's performed the past 2 weeks. My concern for Drake May, unfortunately, and on your end, Justin, is only growing. I think he's been bad in these playoffs, but I think your defense is going to be too strong, especially for a backup quarterback, for them to lose this game. So I got New England 21-13.
You know, you actually picked my exact score. I got New England 21 or 24-13 kind of game. I think Drake will probably throw a pick to Pat Surtain. I think that I think there will be a fumble or two, possibly, because Denver's defensive line is no joke. They're not the world beaters that Houston was, but they're still no slouch. Um, but I do think New England gets back to the Super Bowl, and we'll see what happens.
Um, yeah, I think Denver will keep it
They'll
pretty
keep it.
damn close
I think they'll keep it
for the
close enough
first
until
three quarters.
midway through the third quarter. Then New England will pull away.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think too. All right, so we're moving on. We have the NFC Championship game now. The Los Angeles Rams heading into Seattle to take on their NFC West foe Seahawks. I'll start this one off. I've been riding so high on the Rams all season long. It would feel like disrespect going against them right now. But god damn, the way Seattle looked on Saturday makes it so tough to pick against them too.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna
But think also consider how decimated San Francisco was going into that game.
Yeah, no, I fully agree there. Fully agree there. That definitely plays into it a little bit. I'm gonna stick with my gut in what I've been saying all year long, and that's what I think the Rams are gonna win the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna pick the Rams, but I don't have a high confidence level on it based on what I've seen from Seattle. Nothing against the Rams. It's not what the Rams haven't done that is lowering my confidence. It's what the Seahawks have done. But I'm
Right.
gonna stick with the Rams.
This feels like the final round of Mortal Kombat, Shang Tsung and Liu Kang. Seriously,
Yeah, it
it
really
really
does.
does. I think this is going to go to overtime. I honestly do. Um, the NFL wants the top two MVP candidates in the Super Bowl. I think I'm not calling it scripted. I'm not, but I think it's going to be a rematch of again round three in the Super Bowl. Give me the Rams. I can't hear it, but I have a feeling I know what you're playing.
You hear it now? Are
No,
No,
you serious?
you
really.
can't hear it.
Bro, I'm playing it directly into the fucking. You dead ass can't hear that.
Nah.
Is
That's
it the
fucking.
Ram? Is it Ram it?
It's just ramming. Justin was able to figure it out. Yeah, I got the Rams, man. Um, not very high confidence level, but I mean it's gonna come down to who can make a big play. We have the better quarterback. I like our defense's potential. I mean, Sam Darnold's been playing well. Don't get me wrong. He's been playing great at times, and Seattle's amazing as far as pretty much just about everything they do, and especially their defense. It's the number one scoring offense and the number one scoring defense. But I think we pull it off. I think it goes to overtime as well. I mean, that's
34,
bold.
34-31 overtime. LA
Okay,
over Seattle.
okay. So you got 65 total points. What you got, Casey?
Got 34-27 Rams. I don't think it goes to overtime.
61. Good deal. I've got um 31. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to make the numbers work. 34-28 Rams in overtime. Wait, no, sorry. What the fuck does that mean that they would have? Because I mean
No, it'd be 28-28 and
they'd
someone
have to
scores a
score
touchdown.
a walk-off touchdown to do that.
Yeah.
Which
So
which
that
they
means
would
they
probably
have
just
to.
hold it for a field goal. at that point. Yeah, I got Rams 34-31 overtime. So wait, shit, which mean okay, I can't do that because I mean me and Jess would have the exact same fucking
But
son.
no, but that does work if it's um 34-28 because they're tied 28 going into overtime. Seattle doesn't score. The Rams go and score a touchdown.
No, I
Yeah,
said 34-31. That means me and you would both have 65 and we can't do that
I
because
know,
that's
but
I mean.
what are you saying if you stuck with the original score of 34-28?
Oh, okay. Yeah, for sure.
Uh,
Wait. Oh,
Or
okay,
even a
that makes
defense,
sense,
or
yeah.
even a defensive pick six would do it too.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. A walk-off touchdown.
Yeah,
um, man, it's one of the weirdest conference championship weeks that I can remember because how often does the number one seed star quarterback get injured on the final play of the divisional game, and then now is the home team is almost a 10-point dog going into championship weekend? It's such a rarity.
I still think I would have picked the Patriots even if Bo Nix was playing, but I think it would have been closer.
Truthfully, I would have picked Denver just because it's at Denver.
And that's completely fair. And this is the other thing I was going to mention. Vrabel and May have the opportunity to do something that Belichick and Brady never could: beat Denver in the playoffs at Denver.
Yeah,
Here's a fun
I
question.
get that, but it won't. Hold on, Ian. It won't
Oh,
be
you're
the
good.
same
My
It's
bad.
not the
because
same.
a
I'm just saying it's an interesting little stat nugget.
it is, but you're not beating Peyton Manning.
No,
You're beating
no,
Jarrett Stidham.
we're being Jarrett Stidham.
Big difference.
You know, I also find interesting that going into this year, the Patriots actually tried to get Stidham as Drake May's backup.
I didn't know that.
After Sean said Stidham was the best quarterback in the preseason, I won't lie. I did go to YouTube. I typed in Jarrett Stidham Broncos highlights preseason. He was balling, but this is a different beast. This is
It's a,
the AFC title game.
and again, he's in the preseason play against fourth and fifth stringers.
Yes, he's playing against people who are now boxing for Amazon.
Right.
Um,
So, me and Ian were talking about this in the first segment of the show too, and I know it's not the same as the Nick Foles situation, but I think Sean Payton almost needs to treat it as such and don't play scared. If you want a chance to win, go attack them.
He did his presser was absolutely he did everything by exactly as he should have, instilling confidence. Yeah, we've got it. We've got us back. We know he can do this. Every one of their uncles knows he's playing at a disadvantage.
Yes,
If you don't realistically believe that, Sean, you're a fool yourself.
yes. I think they have to go out and play like Jared Stidham's their star quarterback.
They have to.
I don't play safe. Take the risk. I think that's their only shot of winning.
They're going to have to. If I were okay, let's just say we're playing armchair quarterback. If I were Sean Payton and I wanted to attack the New England defense, you go after Jalen Hawkins and Carlton Davis.
All game long.
You stay the hell away from Christian Gonzalez.
Yes, you do.
and everything in his direction is either getting picked or broken up.
The thing with Davis is he'll pick you off, but it'll also give you a DPI every now and then too.
Yeah,
Hawkins,
he's a risk taker. He also get burnt on a double
Yeah.
he
time.
might get burnt on a double, but but the thing with Hawkins is a rookie, and he's also a kind of a strong safety rookie slash quarterback, kind of like a slot corner. Um, so those are the two. But I don't see Denver's offense putting enough points to stick with them. That's the thing.
I don't either. Another option for Denver to win, I suppose, is if they get a defensive or a special teams touchdown, then it's going to be a lot more interesting than we think.
But you're going to have to do that, and that's not very easy to do against the Patriots' offense or special teams.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's not easy to do against anybody. There's a reason that defensive touchdowns and special teams touchdowns are, I don't want to call it a rarity, but they're a sight to behold when they happen because they happen so infrequently.
Well, ask Seattle about that one.
See, yeah, god damn, don't ever kick it to Raheem Shaheed.
I just want to see name a random quarterback that started in a conference championship.
Roger Staubach.
Drew Bledsoe,
I mean, he's not random, but it happened.
Mark Sanchez.
Trent Dilfer.
But no, do you mean I thought you meant like as a backup? Because
Oh no, I'm
Obviously,
just saying
when
name just a
when
random
Meredith.
quarterback that
Random
started in
quarterback. Okay, yeah,
Steve
random.
Oh, I
McNair,
thought you meant okay. I mean, there's so many. Joe Flacco, Eli
Brad
Manning,
Johnson,
Rich Gannon,
Rich Gannon. That's a good one. Um,
Chris
Troy
Chandler.
Aikman, Brett Favre,
Chris Chandler,
Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham. That's a good one. Good pull. Rex Grossman,
Did Dante Culpepper play in an NFC Championship game?
Yes. No.
Warren
Wait.
Moon, or no?
Yes. Yes, he did in 2000 when they played the Giants, and the Giants beat them 41 to nothing.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that they beat the Vikings in the
Wasn't that
game.
Randy Moss's rookie season?
No, 98 was. That was when they played the Falcons in the NFC Championship game, and Gary Anderson missed the field goal.
Okay, okay,
That was
The year
that
they
was
were
Randall Cunningham.
15-1. Yeah, okay,
okay.
I
Yeah,
was wondering if that was Warren Moon or Randall Cunningham.
Yeah, that the Vikings were 15-1 that year.
yeah.
Boomer Esiason,
Boomer. Wow. Neil O'Donnell.
Mm.
Ron Jaworski.
Johnny Unitas.
Hmm.
Joe Namath.
Drew Bledsoe.
I already said him.
He did say
Oh,
Drew Bledsoe already.
Uh,
Bill Sims. Oh,
Batsta. I mean, that don't count. Those don't feel like that counts.
Bernie Kosar. No, never mind.
No,
No.
yeah, no, yeah, Bernie Kosar was one.
Yeah,
He started
yeah.
one for the Browns,
eighty
started for a
right.
couple.
87, right? 87?
Dan
Yeah,
Fouts.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Philip Rivers.
Dan Marino.
Who's the one that took us to the Super Bowl? Took the Rams to the Super Bowl in the fucking 70s? Vince Ferragamo?
That's a good pull.
That's a
Paul.
pull.
That's
That's
a
a fucking
pull.
pull.
That's a
Uh,
pull.
I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
think
gonna
Matt
give
of
it to you.
I'm
Hasselbeck,
trying to think of who the Patriots quarterback was in '85 when we got our asses
Tom Eason,
Yes, thank you, Tom Eason.
Matt Hasselbeck,
Hasselbeck. Yep.
Hasselbeck's a good one.
Andrew Luck.
Um, yeah. I'm trying to think of a pull here, like a pull.
Who was the Bears quarterback that year?
Jim
Jim
McMahon.
McMahon, yeah.
Man, did Jaworski play in the Super Bowl?
Against the Raiders when they got their ass kicked. Oh, Jim Plunkett.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ken
Plunkett was
Stabler.
actually drafted by the Patriots, believe it or not.
Who, Jim Plunkett?
Yeah, he was originally the Patriots, and then he went to the Raiders.
Damn, who was I
Ken.
about to?
Oh,
Bob Greasy. Well, actually, no. Bob Greasy didn't even play in the Super Bowl. He was injured. He broke his leg in the NFC in the championship game beforehand, and their backup played in the '72 Super Bowl. Who was the freaking quarterback that year? Oh,
that
that's got
played for.
Miami.
Michael Vick? That's not random. Uh,
Because Miami's backup quarterback had to play in the '72 Super Bowl because Bob Greasy broke his leg in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, I know what. I don't remember who you're talking about though. Another good pull is Kerry Collins.
Gary Collins. Yeah, that's
did
a good one.
Jeff Garcia? No, he never made it to the Chargers.
No,
Never.
he got San Francisco only
Never
got
made
his
it.
first NFC Championship that year.
Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson, yeah.
Didn't said
Um,
him.
Eli fucking Manning,
Colin Kaepernick.
Kaepernick.
Kaepernick's a good pull.
Roethlisberger.
Roethlisberger, of
Not
course.
really random enough. What's a
Patrick
pull?
Mahomes.
Doug Flutie.
No.
Wasn't he the starter for the
What's the
Wasn't he the
fucking
starter for the Chargers that year?
No.
Jeff
I thought he was.
Hostetler?
Jeff Hostetler's a good one. That's a super good pull. Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Um, let me see.
Kenny Anderson.
Yeah.
Who?
Quarterback for the Bengals in the 80s.
Bengals, yep.
Oh, the first Super Bowl they went to, or no?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
It's
because
like
the
it was
49ers.
the first one. The next one they went to had Boomer.
oh, okay. Um, Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Frank Wright.
Did he start in one of the AFC championships?
Yeah, when Jim Kelly got hurt, what was it, 93?
93?
Was it
Also, he
93?
came in, so he didn't start, but he came in.
No, Jim Kelly got hurt during the playoff run.
But
So
Jim
he
Kelly
started
started
the
all their
playoff.
Super Bowls, didn't he? He was back for the Super Bowl. Jim Kelly was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are
It
we
was
gonna
like a
come back?
high ankle sprain or something like that, and he came back. He was able to play the Super Bowl.
I say Chris Chandler, Phil Simms, Doug Williams,
Brett Favre.
uh, Brett
Doug
Five.
Williams is a
Herbert Five had a great wedding. Kaepernick, uh, conference championship. Blake
Of course,
Bortles.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Blake Bortles is a hell of a pull.
I kept seeing pick. Oh, Case Keenum.
Steve Verline.
Hmm. Uh, who was the quarterback for the Buccaneers when they went to the conference championship in like the early '80s or late '70s when they lost to the Rams? Was it Doug Williams? I think it might have been
Yeah,
Doug
I got
Williams.
another.
I think it
I
was.
got another good pull for the Bucks. Sean King.
Ooh, in the early 2000s, that's a pull. Yes, sir. Oh, Jake Delhomme.
Yeah,
Jake Delhomme.
We got a minute and a
That's
half, by the way, but we can go for this all night. We continue
I
this in
know
the
oh,
group
we
chat.
could.
all right. We got a minute and a half. Okay, so hold on.
One
I
thing,
gotta say this.
one more thing I want to say. Uh, college football championship, hell of a game.
Beautiful game. Beautiful game.
I
So
thought Indiana was going to run away with it, and I'm glad I was wrong.
yeah, it was a great way to end the season. I feel bad for Mendoza having to go to the Raiders, but before we go, Justin, I have a super hot take for this weekend.
Yeah.
Main sweeps BU.
Oh shit! Wait, are they playing? No, they're playing Lowell.
I,
I
I
can
think
look it up. I
I
can
thought
look it up. I
women are
got you.
playing
No, we play Lowell
in Lowell.
in Lowell.
Yep, so Maine is going
Oh,
to be
so do we go
playing this
Lowell then BU?
weekend.
This weekend's Lowell. Next week it's BU.
Yep, Maine is going to play at Lowell this weekend, Friday and Saturday. At home against Providence, Saturday the 31st, and then at BU for one game on Friday, February 6th.
Ugh.
Ooh, okay. My apologies. I heard BU, so I was going with it. They sweep Lowell.
I think I will take that. I agree with that one.
Lead us
I'll
out,
make it a little
Tally.
hotter.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
They're
Go
not.
ahead. Sorry.
Maine's not losing another game until late February.
Well, that's hot.
I don't think they're going to beat Providence.
They will, because I'll be there.
Okay, fair enough.
Lead us out, big dog.
Approximately.
You didn't come here last week. Never need to tell.